Good morning. Welcome to the Wall Street Weekly Wrap-Up, September 9th, 2023. Kind of a quiet week. It's getting the end of the quarter. Let's get into the issues that everybody's watching. First, we'll start out with Ford and the big automakers. They're all coming up to the negotiations with the UAW. I think we'll get a strike. And you can see the market's pricing Ford and probably the other companies as for a strike. So $12 now, I wouldn't be surprised to see it break below 12. How long will the strike last? I'm hoping maybe only a couple weeks. It's going to affect everything. Used car prices are going to go up. There's going to be supply chain issues with getting vehicles if you're a rental company or a company wants to buy some areas. It's going to be a tough market. Prices are going to go up. That's a measure of core inflation. So it's going to be ugly. We'll find out within a couple weeks whether this thing happens or not. Stats of the week, crude oil touched 90 for a little bit, and of course oil companies are doing great now. They are pumping out a lot of oil in the United States. The Saudis continued their cut into the end of the year, so they're hoping to get this price at 90 to 100 for a while, because then they make the money. Meanwhile, the U.S. companies are going to make a fortune because they're pumping almost at full capacity. Natural gas went down a little bit. We didn't get back over 3, which we knew it was going to happen because there's plenty of natural gas in the United States. Gold and silver both are down. And orange juice, the orange gold, all-time high. So, if you wonder why there's a lot of orange juice on your shelf at the store, it's because it's expensive. And I don't know how people can afford it. It's more expensive than gasoline. And you need the gasoline. So you could imagine people saying, well, I think I'll just take a vitamin C pill. Not good. And the indexes, everybody's, it's down. Everything was down for the month in August, and we lost 4 of the first 5 days where the index were lower. They went up Friday a little bit. But the big companies, we're watching this change, Apple is, $3 trillion. Now it's down to $2.7 trillion. And a lot of talk that it may be out of the #1 ranking. And if oil keeps on going up, Aramco is going to definitely pass everybody. So we're watching. And again, our portfolio is going to have Microsoft. It's going to have Alphabet, Amazon, NVIDIA, and Meta. So all good companies. Walmart, what can you say? Holy smokes, the retail seasons are over. All the earnings are in. And it was Walmart. Not the dollar stores, Walmart that did the best. I'm telling you, the app is nice. You order it, you go pick it up. You don't have to wait in line. You don't have to find it in the store. They just bring it out to your car. Is that better than Amazon? Sure, because it's only 5 minutes from my house to the store. Who can beat that? I mean, you can be in your car anyway. You just go in there, park at the Walmart thing. 5 minutes later, you got your product and you're out. No problems. No problems. And that's, what people do. Because, you think about Amazon. You got to get the product, put it in the distribution center, pay a driver to deliver it to you. That's all these costs. You can have Amazon Prime, but you pay for that. Excuse me. And Blackstone got added to the S&P 500, and excuse me, been on a tear. And is that going to be much? People are going to buy it. They have to add it to the index funds. So at the end of the year, they're going to have Blackstone in it. So a lot of people are going to get ready for it. And generally, these stocks that are added do really well. And also, Airbnb, finally in the S&P 500. They rejected my idea that put the Dow, and when NVIDIA was down in, November, to put IBM on and add NVIDIA, but no, they didn't do it. Now, I don't know how you can not add NVIDIA eventually, but what price? They're hoping probably for another pullback, but you never know. Airbnb, when it gets added, look at this jump. Holy smoke. So a lot of people short term are playing this. They're saying, okay, I'm going to buy it at 125. I think it's going to get added, and it does, and then it jumps, and then they're going to sell, take the profits. But otherwise, Airbnb is doing well. ARM is the public offering. I'm watching it a lot, Again, we have only NVIDIA and Taiwan Semiconductors as our big techs, and Taiwan's having trouble because, if Apple's going to lose the chips, they're going to have some problems, issues too. But what I like is, this Grace Hopper chip, the AI chip of the future. That's, well, somebody said $80,000. I don't know because I'm not buying these chips. So, but the CPU 772 ARM is the area. So the great AI thing with all the NVIDIA stuff on it, it's got the ARM CPU. So that's why I want to buy it. And people said, okay, if we take it public at 47, 50 billion, no, I think it's worth 100 billion. Now you got to remember, NVIDIA wanted to buy this company around 40 million. And I think it's easily an $80 stock, $80 billion stock. So if it comes out this low, you got to jump on it because it's one of these things with the public offerings. Like SoftBank owns a chunk of it, Microsoft's going to buy into it, Google's going to buy into it, but there's going to be a lot of buying and selling. It's going to be choppy. It can go up to 65. It could even open up at $100 the first day. Then it's going to come back down a lot, and you just got to have an idea. If I think it's worth $80 a share, let's say, I'm going to grab it at 60. It might go down to 40. This choppiness when everybody's buying and selling is going to be ugly. But, we're looking for this thing. When it comes out, we want to buy it, and hopefully it'll be in our portfolio because who makes the best CPU? I think it's going to be ARM. Not Intel, not AMD. It's ARM, and that's what I'm watching. Now, who makes the best? Who has the chip that they want? And, like I said, NVIDIA is going to sell these AI chips to India, which I find incredible. Because India trades with Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, who wants these chips. So, good luck with the sanction stuff. Apple, boy, came out, Chinese state employees can't have Apple phones because it's retaliatory. It's all these constant, restrictions and stuff. So Apple's going to be an issue. New Huawei phone is coming out. They think they're all going to buy that, which means you're talking, 20% of the sales of Apple is in China. We are going to see Apple have an issue. And again, remember, 3 quarters in a row, negative growth. I'm going to bet it's fourth. I'm going to be betting it's fourth. So are we at the end of the run? Well, if we started out the beginning of the year, we got a lot of ways to drop. But, everybody's watching it. If it breaks below the channel, I wouldn't buy it. And in fact, I want to see Apple have some positive growth before I start buying it. And then, like I said, we didn't buy or sell anything. The last week of the month, we are going to sell the dogs. If you got any negatives in your portfolio, just get rid of them because we're preparing for possibly a 10% correction in October. And we want to make sure, that we don't have the dogs because the dogs go down worse than the better ones, This week, we can see NVIDIA took a 7% haircut. We know that because NVIDIA went up high. It's going to come back a little bit. We just are holding NVIDIA. We're not going to be buying and selling NVIDIA anymore. We're just holding it. The oils, man, they're on fire. When we bought, we added in COP, ConocoPhillips in the summer when nobody wanted any oils. Now we're doing well on it. Apple, again, 5% haircut. So a lot of areas pretty poor for the week. No strong greens in a sector other than energy, and a lot of reds everywhere. So again, we think this is going to be the trend for the next possible 6-7 weeks. We just want to be ready for it. We want to be able to buy some stocks we like because they throw away everything sometimes if it gets to be a correction. Remember, we haven't had the 10% correction really. So I'll see you next week. Have a good week and stay warm.